you all doing out there? It's Cam here for another tip of the week. Well, this one's going to be an interesting one. Now, I don't know about you, but I've played quite a lot of hours in 7 Days to Die. In fact, if I go and check the stats in Steam, it's worse than I thought. I've actually played over 1100 hours, and I'm just thinking to myself, what would I have told my previous self, apart from don't play the game so much, to make my life a lot easier when playing this game? And here's a couple of ideas that I hope anybody new to the game will actually take on board, because it could save you pulling your hair out. But before I start, can I just thank everybody who has actually been subscribing? I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a big thank you and a shout out to Guns, Nerds and Steel for also doing the buy a motorcycle in 1 day challenge. See, I told you you could do it. Nobody believed me, but massive thanks to him anyway. Right, time to get on, I think. So anybody who's been watching the channel will know that I do love my explosives, especially if I've got to get buried treasure in any way. I don't really want to do a lot of digging if I can help it. So if I can chuck down a couple of dynamites, just like a dirty great hole to get the goods, I'm up for it. Problem is, I then forget where the bloody holes are, especially when you get on in the game. So here I am, minding my own business, and a bloody great hole jumps out in front of me. So the first thing I want to tell myself is, try and mark the holes somehow. Fill them in if you have to, but for God's sakes do it. It's a bloody ball ache to try and get the bloody bike out. When you go and do a tier 5, for crying out loud, I know that you know to take ammo with you. And also to take some first aid. Take food and take drink. The amount of times I've got to the top of these tier 5s and run out of both. And it ain't funny if you're in the dark either. Also, take some money with you, because if you find a vending machine in there, you're going to have to buy it somehow, aren't you? Don't overkill animals you want to get meat from. Just don't do it. Don't panic if you put your skill points into things early on. Once you're rich, I mean really rich, you will probably need about 60k, you can then buy yourself a lovely brew of Grandpa's Forget It elixir. Grandpa's Forget It elixir. Oh God. Look, it's a forget. You can forget things, alright? You can forget your skill points. Alright? Just forget you. Just drink it. It's not even English, is it? Not only zombies can be stunned by a vehicle running over them, also do it with animals. That way you've got a couple of seconds to take their heads off.
You're terrible, Miriam.
Now there are loads of foraging steel videos out there in YouTube for 7 Days to Die. I mean, I've done a couple myself. I just want to say to my past self, if you want easy foraging of this stuff, chuck a load of skill points into salvage operations, get up high, and take apart telegraph poles and also the lights. There's loads of them around, so why not do it? This one's an easy one, and yet I do it again and again and again. Pay attention when you want to use something like a schematic or food or whatever. Don't scrap it by mistake. You will hurt yourself doing it. And finally, if there is anything else I'm going to remind myself of, it is, you mod any weapon, apart from the bat, apart from any melee weapons, you think that's got ammo in it, make sure after you've modded it, you reload it. Don't leave it for the last moment. Well, there you go. There's a little bit of advice from me to you. I hope you found this interesting, and hopefully it's reminded you to do a couple of things that you never thought you should do. It's the last one that I still keep forgetting to do, that and also filling up the bike with some bloody gas. Thanks for watching, everybody. Not sure if I'm going to have a tip of the week one for next week, but stay subscribed because I don't want you to miss any of the new stuff in the new year. There's going to be plenty of tips and tricks then, I promise you. Bye bye.